make it. It's here every Friday. Every Friday morning. Okay. It is 6 minutes until 2 o'clock, which is Sonic Happy Hour. So in the meantime, we are going to introduce ourselves and answer a few questions for you.
I'm Ashton, and I'm the current recruitment chair for Zeta.
I'm Ellie, and fun fact, I was the girl behind the Instagram last year, and currently I am the judicial chairman, so I manage a committee of women in our chapter that ensure that the women within our chapter are being taken care of.
Yeah. And on top of recruitment, I'm also vice president of membership, so aside from recruitment, year-round, I'm making sure all of our members are getting the most out of our chapter.
Mm-hmm.
And we're roommates.
We are roommates. Where are you from?
From Springdale, Northwest Arkansas.
I'm from Northwest Arkansas as well, but I went to Farmington High School.
Yeah. What is that, like 20 minutes away?
Yeah, so Ashton and I went to high school about 20 minutes apart, but never met until college.
Yeah,
but we knew of each other, but Zeta is ultimately how we became friends.
Yeah. How did you guys become roommates?
So, our sophomore years, we were both working for a boutique called Savoir Faire. So that is how we kind of started becoming close. Mm-hmm. And I don't know what it was, but whenever the time came around to pick roommates and figure out where we were going to live our junior year, I just texted Ashton. I was like, hey, do you know who you're living with? And it worked out. And now we're about to enter year 2.
Yes. And before living with Ellie, I lived in house. And that was a lot of fun. Because I had 2 other roommates. And then Zeta, like, there's like 68 girls that live in Zeta. And so, like, you just become really close with them. So we became really close with them. But Ellie didn't live in house. So it was fun getting to, like, have my friends in house. And then have my friend with Ellie, like, through work and Zeta and stuff like that. So it was fun.
Mm-hmm.
What was your Zeta moment?
Honestly, my Zeta moment probably wasn't until recruitment my sophomore year, because we got to all spend like 2 uninterrupted weeks with one another. Mm-hmm. And I feel like that was also when I got to know a lot of upperclassmen. So that was, yeah, probably not until recruitment as a sophomore.
For me, like, it was sophomore year too, but it was living in house that I just, like, had my Zeta moment, because, like, I had my, like, little close-knit friends and stuff, but, like, it really took, like, living with a big group of girls to, like, get to know everyone and, like, make your friendships just, like, blossom with, like, other girls that you didn't know really going into living in house. And so, and you just do a lot when you live in house. Like, you have in-house sisterhoods, and you go on Sonic runs late at night, or you accidentally set off the alarm system after 11, and, like, things like that, and, like, just, like, lots of fun things, and, like, you just make a lot of memories, and that was my year where I just, like, was like, this is the place for me.
Mm-hmm. Are you typically only friends with girls within your sorority? I was a recruitment counselor last year, and we're called Gamma Chis, and so basically every Gamma Chi disaffiliates from their chapter in order to help PNMs through the recruitment process. And through that experience, I got to meet girls from every single chapter on our campus, and I got to get to know them, and honestly ended up forming some really strong relationships with girls who aren't in my chapter and who I wouldn't have met otherwise, because I got to spend so much time with them. And also, whenever we were meeting one another, we didn't even know what chapters each one of us were in. So, like, that just wasn't even a factor, and we were all literally friends. Like, it didn't matter at all. Where are we going?
Going down Maple. Well, we're about to go down Maple and see all the sorority houses, and then stop by Zeta.
Here's Zeta.
God, she's so pretty.
She's just absolutely glowing in the spring.
Yeah, look at the landscaping. Isn't it just amazing? This is where we all eat CFF, Chicken Finger Friday.
Here's our porch.
This is where we take photos, like game days, like the pretty white wall. We just take photos here. And then that's the back of Tridel, so we're really close neighbors.
Oh, well, I can ask you, what is your favorite part of the Zeta house?
Ooh, a favorite part of the Zeta house.
Definitely the dumpster.
I would say the basement. I wish we could go to the basement and show you, but the basement is like where we watch The Bachelor on Mondays after chapter. We all just go down and watch The Bachelor or American Idol or whatever is playing. Okay, open this. And everyone just hangs out, and it's a lot of fun. Yeah, that's good.
That way we're closer in.
Yeah, it's just. So this person asks, what's Zeta's philanthropy and how many events do we have a year and like what are they?
So our philanthropy is breast cancer awareness and education, and I actually got to be a philanthropy assistant 1 year. We have a Think Pink Week to celebrate in October, since that's Breast Cancer Awareness Month. And we get to pass out pink ribbons at the union to everyone on campus. We also do pink pancakes at the house.
That's a lot of fun because like we sell tickets and then people come to the house. Like all the other sorority girls will come, and then like a lot of guys will come. Anyone that will buy
anyone on campus can come. Like it's not just for Greek life. It's anyone, and even alum and adults and kids, whoever is always welcome to our philanthropy events.
And the pancakes are literally pink, and so it's fun. And
we also do Call for a Cure, which is a fundraising event. And last year, actually, our philanthropy chairman raised over $40,000 during Call for a Cure. So that was a really big deal for us. That was a really cool thing to
it was awesome
to accomplish. So
it's great too because you like the recruitment. Like we have philanthropy around, and so it's a great
you'll
opportunity.
get to hear even more about our philanthropy and every other chapter on campus.
Yeah.
How does your chapter participate in other Panhellenic/Greek life events? Well, every time, like how we do Pink Pancake and invite everyone to it, the other chapters do that as well. Every sorority hosts events, and we always like to support one another in those.
And then the clubs, like Greek life things, like ASG, that's not necessarily Greek life oriented, but a lot of Greek life members hold positions on ASG.
Which is the Associative Student Government.
Yes.
One of our membership requirements is to be in 2 registered student organizations on campus. I'm in the mental health organization, so they send like a newsletter every now and then, kind of sending different information on mental health to whoever wants to be a part of it. There's a Student Alumni Association.
Yeah, that's what I'm in. I'm also in STUMO, which is a like student ministry program, so it's really great, and that's what Kaleo is that I did this past summer, and so a lot of Greek life people do that. There's just a lot, and they're all different. And so
we also have an organization called SUI, which our president, Brooke Forth, she was the president of SUI as well.
What are some essentials to keep on you during Rush Week?
So,
you would know.
last year when I was a Gamma Chi, I literally went to Walgreens and bought a first aid kit. Every like medicine that you could need, like aspirin, anything for upset stomachs, Tums. I had
Band-Aids.
I had Band-Aids, oil blotting sheets, some powder, sunscreen, Ziploc bags in case it started raining. I also carried trash bags in my backpack as makeshift ponchos for P&Ms, but
yeah, it always happens to rain during your
it always rains, so yes. Typically though, Greek life will provide a lot of that stuff for you.
But it's bound to happen. The summer is hot, it rains every other day.
But I would definitely say essentials would be like any makeup that you want to use to touch up on.
Well, a pen.
And a notebook to write notes.
Because it's important that you're like taking notes on like your thoughts, because
you'll literally forget. Like, the moment you step out of a house, it's like you blank. So you have to write down your notes. You guys are gonna get to see where Ashton and I lived freshman year. I lived in the quads, which are the buildings right over there.
and then read. The all-girls dorm. And I lived at the very top. I lived on the 9th floor, very, very top. We called it the penthouse. It was so much fun.
It's like strawberries on a summer evening.
Strawberry is one of our symbols.
Oh yes!
Now you'll get to see
Where we live.
where we live.
Okay. What is something that you wish you knew going into recruitment?
I mean, it's something they tell you, but I don't think I like truly understood it until probably once I got the experience of being a Gamma Chi. But I guess my biggest piece of advice would be to like keep in mind that every chapter on our campus is amazing and has their own unique things to offer, and really just take the time to like get to know them for them, just like we're getting to know you for you. It goes the same on both sides. Like we want to show, the chapters want to show you who they are just as much as you want to show us who you are.
Yeah.
And if you just trust that, you'll find which one fits you.
Yeah. It's crazy how like everything works out in the recruitment. It's
Yeah,
like
and that's
you literally are where you are supposed to be.
That is what I wish I would have understood too. Like going through that week is just, you will end up in the chapter that you need and the chapter that needs you, for sure.
This is what stood out about Zeta to you.
For me, going through recruitment, what stood out to me about Zeta was from the second I walked into that door and open party, I felt so much love, genuine love from the girls that I talked to. And I'll never forget my first conversation at Zeta with Madeline Triola. She was a senior at the time. And I just remember how comfortable she made me feel and how
That's how
she genuinely wanted to get to know me.
It was just comfortable at Zeta. I think that like I was so nervous going into all the houses, and then like something about walking into Zeta, it was like my nerves were
I wasn't
away.
nervous anymore.
And
yeah.
like I just felt welcomed there, and like nothing was forceful, like conversations weren't forceful, and like I don't know, it was like it felt right.
Yeah, I would say it's definitely a feeling you get about a house.
You just know. It's like cliche to say, but
you really do know once you feel it, yeah. Okay. One last question. Okay, so the last question we're going to answer is, how has Zeta and Greek life as a whole positively impacted your life?
I think for me, like going into college, like Zeta like kind of gave me a purpose, and like a lot of that has to do with like why I'm on exec now and like have a position, and like I have such like thriving friendships, and like Zeta just like I feel like I was valued, and it gave me a purpose of like who I am, and like I found out who I was like through Greek life, because like there's just something about like being surrounded by like empowering women and like supporting women, and like that atmosphere just kind of like is just super encouraging, and like for me that's where I was like, oh, like this is who I am, this is what I stand for, and like I'm proud of myself, and like because of that I'm able to like do that to other girls too, and like within Zeta, and like having a position. And so
when I ran for exec last year and got to be a part of that, that was definitely what made me fall in love with Zeta again, was getting to serve on the committee that kind of keeps the chapter going. That was very rewarding for me.
Like doing membership too. It's like I have like had conversations with people that I wouldn't have normally ever had conversation with necessarily. And then with recruitment and like recruitment practices, like getting to know the younger pledge classes and like things like that, like it's like been great. It's been great to get to know everyone. But
yeah, I mean, definitely just being in Greek life in general will expose you to so many different people who have completely different backgrounds and experiences as you, and you get to interact with them and learn from them.
Yeah, sometimes I just like sit back and like reflect, and I'm like, it's crazy how like I grew up in Arkansas in Springdale my whole entire life, and now like all my closest friends are people from out of state that I had never met until I was a Zeta.
Yeah.
And like I'm just like, that just like baffles me how
Yeah.
like I went my whole life without
Having
knowing
these
all
friends.
these people, and now because of Zeta and Greek life and other sororities, like I have these friends from like other places, and it's so crazy.
And it's why we're both here and why we live together. And
our roommates from Tulsa, like it's crazy how it all works out, and our other roommates from Texas, and so it's like it's just all, it's great. I love it.
It's now open.
Today, registration is now open. You will not regret it. At least try it.
Yes, for
Like,
sure.
as a Gamma Chi, like you've met a lot of people, and
Oh yeah, so many girls that were hesitant and ended up being so grateful that they went through.
Yeah.
I mean, that was me in my senior year of high school. I was like, Rush is not for me. That's not what I want. And now I literally couldn't imagine my life if I hadn't done it.
yeah, it will be one of your best decisions for sure.
And even if you don't like it, at least you tried.
Yeah, at least you tried, so it's worth it. So register today. Get your friends to register.
And hopefully we'll see you very soon.
Yes.
Thanks for watching our vlog. We hope you enjoyed spending the day with us.
Okay, go register for recruitment now.
Seriously.